Hello. Sorry, sorry, I wanted to talk. Can you see my face, please?
Says tutor.
It's too short.
It's tutor.
Shoot me back. It's also too much. I'm Your brother has read. Hello, sir. Hello. You're welcome to BRAINX TV. This is the channel that is dedicated to ensuring that learners understand the basic concepts of mathematics. So we can together say that mathematics is the easiest subject ever to be taught in schools. Please do want to invite your friends to join the class as the class is about to start. Make sure you to be here. Try to do YouTube. It's fine. So you will sit here. Right. Then let's put it this way. But not treat them. Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, class. I hope we are all fine. Yeah, we've met today to discuss our group work as a way of preparing ourselves for tomorrow's exam. So let's get started. But let's invite our friends as well to join the class so that we can all learn together. Okay. So let's share the link. Let's share the link of the video. 27. Oh, I read out.
Ah.
What is 23 times 3? So we have a minute more to start the class. So please do want to invite your friends and tell them that BRAINX TV is live so that we can discuss our group work as a way of revising for tomorrow's exams. Okay, I have a minute more to start. So let's share the link. Let's like the videos as well. Alright, so let's get started, okay? Now, we all have copies of the questions, right? I asked everyone to get a copy of the questions. So please get your questions and let's get started. Get the questions and let's get started, okay? So start with the very first one. It says, complete the table below. So we have this table. Alright, so let's get started with the very first question. Please, I hope the writings are clear. If they are not eligible enough, please notify me so that I will be able to see how best we work it out. Please do all to like the videos. Okay, the phone is far from the board. Okay, so let me bring it a bit closer. Is it better now? I think Iraba. Is it better now? Still? Alright, so let's get started, okay? We have to complete this table with double and half. And we already learned that doubling means adding a number to itself, or better still, multiplying the number by 2. Alright? So, we're going to show all the workings, the questions over here. So let's find a double of 76. What is the double of 76? Please let's use the comment section. Let's use the comment section. Because this is going to be a discussion, okay? A discussion question. So let's use the comment section to answer, give out our answers. What's the double of 76? Hi, Ikwasaki. I think this is President Saki. Hello, Israel. I see you there. Rabbi, I see you there. Okay, so, all right, so thanks for your responses. Israel, thank you. Okay, Kukwa, rather. Okay, Kukwa. Yeah, hello, Ace. I see you there. Thank you for joining the class. So let's use the comment section to find a double of 76. Okay, so 76, we can either add 76 to itself or multiply it by 2. So we get 76 plus 76. Okay. And we have 6 plus 6 equal to 12. So we write 2 here with a remainder of 1. And 7 plus 7 is 14, plus the remainder gives us 15. So the double of 76 is 152. So thank you very much for your input. Kukwa, I see you there. And Israel. All right, the Rabbi, I see your answer there. Thank you. All right, so let's move on with the rest. The half of 76. The half of 76. Let's go to half of 76. Plus 76 divided by 2. What do you get for 76 divided by 2? All right, thank you very much, Israel, for your answer. Thank you. All right, so 76 divided by 2 is equal to 38. Okay, we've done division. So we know how to divide numbers by 2. So let's use the non-division method to calculate this together. Okay, we get 76 divided by 2. Now, how many times will 2 divide 7? No, 2 divide 7 3 times, because 2 times 2 cannot equally divide 7. So the next number that is less than 76. And 2 divides 7 3 times. That is less than 2 divides 7 also 3 times. Okay? You get your 3 written up here. Then you multiply the divisor by the quotient to get the difference between the answers. Now 2 times 3 is equal to 6. And 7 minus 6 is equal to 1. It gives us a remainder of 1. Then we bring ourselves down to form the number 16. And that will 2 divide 16. We will 2 divide 16 8 times, because 2 times 8 equals 16. So we get 8. Then 2 times 8 is 16. That's how come the half of 76 is equal to 38. I hope you understand it. But let's move on to the next one. We have 514. What's with the number of 514? The double of 514. So please leave the comment section. The double of okay. Kuko, I see your answer there. Thank you for your input. Yes, please let's try our hands, okay? And respond to the questions. All right, Israel, thank you for your input there. All right, so let's find a solution to it. So we get 514 times 2. Okay, 514 times 2. Now what's the value of 2 times 4? 2 times 4 is equal to 8. Okay, and then 2 times 1 is equal to 2. Then 2 times 5 is equal to 10. So the number of 514 becomes 1028. So let me understand it. That's 1028. Good. That's on the double of 514. 514 there. Sorry, the half of 514. All right, Ace, thank you for your answer. Now, the half of 514. The half of 514. Please let's invite our friends to join the class, okay? So you can learn together for our exams tomorrow. So the half of 514, yes, let's use the comment section. All right, Kukwa, thank you for your input. Israel, all right, thank you. So you have our answer to be 257. So when we divide 514 by 2, we get 257. Let's move on to the next one. 626, the double of 626. Yeah, the double of 514. All right, so Kukwa, thank you for your input there. That's 1,252. So let's do this together. 626 plus 626. Now what is 6 plus 6? We know 6 plus 6 is 12, right? We write 2 here, remainder 1. Then 2 plus 2 is 4. But remainder 1 gives us 5. Then 6 plus 6 is equal to 12. Answer is 1,252. Alright, then the next one, the half of 626. Half of 626. Yes, what do we have? Please, let's get active on the comment section, okay? All right, so we've got one of our answers from ACE, which is 313. Yes, please give your inputs and let's make progress, okay? All right, Kukwa, thank you for your input there. All right, Israel, thank you for your input there as well. All right, so we have the half to be 313. All right, let's move on to the next question, question 2. Question 2. Question 2 says, draw a number line and indicate negative 2. Okay? We're going to draw the number line together. And indicate negative 2. Okay, so let's start let's label our number line. So we start from the middle, which is 0. Again, 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Okay? And then we write the negative part of it too. To get negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7. Alright, so this is our number line. If per the question, our lines are not sufficient, we will extend them. Okay? Alright, and it says it should indicate negative 2. So we can see that negative 2 is over here. So let's put a point on negative 2. And then the first question says that what will be the result if you move 7 steps to the right? So 7 steps to the right of negative 2. So please take note of how we are doing the work, okay? Please take note of how we are doing the work. So 7 steps to the right of negative 2, here we go. So we go like this. The first step moves on to negative 1, okay? The second moves on to 0. the third one, fourth, fifth, sixth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The 7th one lands on the number positive 5. So for our first question, so if you move 7 steps to the right, right answer will be equal to 5. Do you understand it? Alright. Then the next one, we should move 5 steps to the left. So what will you answer if you move 5 steps to the left? Let's the comment section. So over here, move 5 steps to the left, and what do you think will be the answer? Let's in the comment section. Okay, Israel, thank you. Ace, thank you for your input. So for the first one, it says it will land on 5. Yes. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, Kukwa, thank you for your input. Thank you. So please let's be active on the comment section, okay? Let's be very active on the comment section. So to the left, we are moving 5 times to the left. So this is giving us, our first one is on -2, the -3, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. So the fifth one will land on -7. So 5 steps to the left is equal to -7. Because I hope you all understand. Please, I hope you all understand. If we should continue, please write in the comment section. Let's continue. So I'll move on to the next question. If there's anything you don't understand, please write in the comment section and let's see how best we can resolve it. If there's anything you don't understand. If you want us to continue, please write in the comment section. Let's continue. Then move on to the next question. Should we continue? Move on to the third question. It says, use any of the methods to solve 473 times 6. Okay. Now we've learned 2 main methods, the lattice method and the expand and box method, right? Alright, so that was the first one. 473 times 6. So for this, I'm going to use the lattice method, okay? The next one, I'll use the expand and box method. So we will vary the 2 methods, alright? So let's go, lattice method. Since there are 3 digits over here, we're going to draw 3 boxes, okay? So we go like this. And after that, our 3 boxes, we draw our diagonals to each box. From the top right corner to the left bottom corner. Alright? So we get it this way. Now after this, we're going to write up the numbers on each of the boxes to get 4, 7, and 3 multiplied by 6. We said it this way. How do I understand it? Okay, so let's continue. Then we start multiplying. What is 6 times 3? We know 6 times 3 is equal to 18. So we write 1 here and 8 down here. Now, 6 times 7 equals 42. We get 4 and 2. Then, 6 times 4 is equal to 24. We get 2 up here and 4 down here. Now, after getting this one, we're going to add up the numbers according to the diagonals. Now, in the first diagonal here, we have the number 8. That's the only digit there. So we write it down here. Now, the next one, we add these two digits in the next diagonal. So 1 plus 2 here is equal to 3. Okay? We write our 3 down here. The next, 4 plus 4 gives us 8. Alright? We write our 8 here. And the final one in here is 2. So that means 473 times 6 is equal to 2,838. Is that what you understand? God. Ace, thank you for your input. Israel, thank you for your input as well. All right, should we continue? Please, should we continue? We should continue, please. Write in the comment section that let's continue, then we'll make progress. All right, let's continue. All right, let's move on to the next question. It says, so B. We have 501 times 7. So we are going to use the partial decomposition method, or what we call the expand and box method. Okay? Now, when we expand 501, we are going to get 500 plus 1. We put it in brackets, we multiply it by 7. After expanding it, we write it up in the box. So we get 500 here and 1 here times 7. Alright. Okay, then we multiply it. Now what is 7 times 500? We have learned the annexing and adding zeros strategy. That if a number ends with 0, we hold up the zeros and we multiply them by 0 digits. So over here, the no digits are 7 and 5. So 7 times 5 gives us 35. We get 35 written over here. Then we add up our 2 zeros to give us 3,500. Alright. Then 7 times 1 is equal to 7. Now when we are done, we add up these, our 2 answers. So this will give us 3,500 plus 7. Alright. Now 0 plus 7 is equal to 7, and again 0, 5, and 3. So our answer is equal to 3,507. Is I hope you understand. Please check your answer well. Yes. Okay, so Ace, thank you for your input. The answer is 3,507. All right, Israel, thank you. The answer is 3,507. Thank you very much. Thank you for your input. So grateful. All right, so let's move on to question 4. All right, so let's move on to the next question, question 4. So question 4 says, calculate 75 divided by 3. And over here we have been told that we can use any of the strategies of division. So we are going to, we've learned 3 of them: by repeated subtraction, or by the grouping method, or by the long division method. So any of the 3 strategies that you use, or 3 methods that you use, will give you the same answers. We're going to use 2 over here. We're going to use repeated subtraction. We're going to do all the 3. Repeated subtraction, grouping method, and the long division method. Okay? So you understand them very well. Let's start with the repeated subtraction. So it says that we should subtract the divisor from the dividend until our answer is 0. Alright? So here we go. We get 75 minus 3. What is 75 minus 3? All right, Kukua, thank you for your input. Israel, thank you. Ace, thank you. So grateful for really engaging yourself in the class. Thank you. All right, so let's continue. So 75 minus 3 is equal to 72. All right. Then we subtract again. 72 minus 3 is equal to 69. All right. Then 69 minus 3 equals to 66. And 66 minus 3 equals 63. And 63 minus 3 is equal to 60. 60 minus 3 equals 57. 57 minus 3 equals 54. 54 minus 3 equals 51. 51 minus 3 equals 48. 48 minus 3 equals 45. 45 minus 3 equals 42. 42 minus 3 equals 39. 39 minus 3 equals 36. 36 minus 3 equals 33. 33 minus 3 equals 30. So we are still not that. Let's continue over here. Now 30 minus 3 is equal to 27. 27 minus 3 equals 24. 24 minus 3 equals 21. 21 minus 3 is equal to 18. 18 minus 3 equals 15. 15 minus 3 equals 12. 12 minus 3 equals 9. 9 minus 3 equals 6. 6 minus 3 equals 3. And 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. All right. So that is the principle of repeated subtraction. All right. So we are going to count the number of times we subtracted 3 from 75. Now we count some answer. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So 75 divided by 3 is equal to 25. This I hope you understand. All right, so let's use the other approach, the grouping method. All right. So for the grouping method, you are going to get 3 sets. It's going to be circles, can be squares, can be any shape of your choice. All right, 3 of them. Then you will distribute 75 upon the 3. So let's get 3 circles here. We are going to count 75 and divide it and share it upon these 3 circles. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. So we are done distributing 75 on the 3 circles. All right. Then we will count up the elements. Since we have done the even distribution, we count up 1 to get an answer. So by counting, we will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So whether you are using the repeated subtraction approach or the grouping method, you get the same answers. So let's make progress to question 5. Alright, so let's move on to question 5. I have question 5 here. Question 5 says, if 5 times 6 equals 30, find 7 times 6. So if 5 times 6 is equal to 30, we find 7 times 6. Alright, so this is under skip counting up and down by 1 or 2 numbers. Please, a video has been made on this particular topic. If you don't understand, please check out the playlist of BRAINX TV. And there's a video giving you a detailed explanation to this particular topic. Okay? Alright, so we are first of all going to check the numbers up. Which number is common to which number to the two expressions? Let's say we have 6 here, we have 6 here. So 6 is a common number. Now we're given 5. We have to look for 7. And if you're looking for more, if you're looking for more, then it implies addition. So for our solution, you say, oh, they are going to add. So we add. Now the common number here is 6. So we add 6. Now, what's the difference between 5 and 7? The difference between 5 and 7 here is 2. That means you're going to add 6 twice. Okay? Alright. So 7 times 6 will give us, we bring our 30 down, then we add 6 twice because 6 is the common number. And the difference between 5 and 7 is 2. So we get plus 6 plus 6. Now 30 plus 6 is equal to 36. So we get 36 plus 6. And 36 plus 6 is equal to 42. That means that 7 times 6 is equal to 42. It's all you understand. Alright, let's make progress to question 6. Alright, so let's continue with question 6. Please take note of question 6. Alright, take note of question 6. Question 6 reads, draw a rectangle. Draw a rectangle and calculate the perimeter and area. The perimeter and area of a rectangle with a length of 14 centimeters and a width of 9 centimeters. That's the question. So, we have to draw a rectangle. So, we draw this together. So, this is a rectangle. And it said that the length is 14 centimeters and the width is 9 centimeters. We have to calculate the perimeter and the area. So let's start with the perimeter. What is the formula for finding perimeter of a rectangle? Please write it up in the comment section. The formula for finding the perimeter of a rectangle. All right, so Cooper, thank you for your input. Thank you so much. The perimeter is equal to length plus width plus length plus width. Okay. The perimeter is the distance around a ship. We're going to add up the sides of the ship. Now you have the length, the width, the length again, and the width. So length plus width plus length plus width. Now the length given us is 14 centimeters. So this gives us 14 plus the width is 9. So 9 plus the length again, which is 14 plus the width 9. Alright. Now 14 plus 9 is equal to 23. So you get 23 plus 14 plus 9 again is equal to 23. Now 23 plus 20 is equal to 46 centimeters. Therefore, the perimeter is equal to 46 centimeters. This is what we all understand. Alright, let's move on to area. Area of a rectangle. Alright, so the area of a rectangle is given by the length times the width. Okay? The area of a rectangle is given by the length multiplied by the width. Please don't make this mistake of writing length times width times length times width. No, that will be over calculation. Alright? So it's given us length times width. Now the length given us in the question is 14 centimeters. So this gives us 14 times, the width is 9. So 14 times 9. And we can use any of the strategies that we learned, either the lattice method or the expand and box method to solve for 14 times 9. But I'm going to use the lattice method over here. Okay. So you get two boxes neatly drawn with our diagonals drawn in them. Get 14, so 1 here and 4 here times 9. Then multiply up. 9 times 4 is equal to 36. So you get 36. And 9 times 1 is equal to 9. So you get 0 and 9. Alright. Then we add up the diagonals. In this last diagonal, we have 6. Write our 6 down. Then 3 plus 9 is equal to 12. Well, you cannot write 12 here. So you write 2 over here and take 1 on to the next diagonal, which is over here. Now 1 plus 0 here is 1. So the answer to the question is 126 squared centimeters. Please make sure that whenever you write the answer for area, you add a square to the units. Because area is measured in squared units, okay? So for the units, you write a square on top of the unit. Is that you understand? Alright, let's make progress to question 7. Alright, Israel, thank you for your answer there. Thank you for your response. Alright, let's move on to question 7. Question 7 reads that calculate the third side of a triangle if two sides of the triangle are 12 centimeters and 9 centimeters, and the perimeter is 34 centimeters. Okay, now calculate the perimeter. You have been given the perimeter of the triangle, and we have to calculate the third side of the triangle. If the perimeter is 34, we have been given two sides of the triangle. So with this one, this is how we go by it. Perimeter of a triangle doesn't really have a formula, unlike rectangles and squares. So for the triangle, we're just going to add up the sides. Okay. We've been told that one of the sides is 12 centimeters and the other side is 9 centimeters. We have to calculate for the third side, which we don't know. Let's represent this with a box. Okay. Now, in the question, we're given the value of the perimeter to be 34. So this means perimeter here will be represented by 34. So we have 34 is equal to 12 plus 9 here is 21. So 21 plus box. And it learned the ways of solving questions of this nature. When you are adding and the unknown is the second number, the rule says that we should subtract the first number from the answer. So this is going to give us box equals 34 minus 21. Please take note that we are subtracting 21 from 34. And you don't write it as 21 minus 34. This expression here is not correct. Okay. We are subtracting 21 from 34. We get 34 minus 21. As we are over here. I hope that's okay. Alright. Now, what will be the value of box? Now, 34 minus 21 is equal to. What is the value of 34 minus 21? Yes, what's the value of 34 minus 21? Alright, so let's move on. 34 minus 21 is equal to 13 centimeters. So we finish, you write conclusion that the third side is 13 centimeters. Alright, so let's move on to number 8. Let's move our camera a bit to the other side of the board so that we can make efficient use of the board. Alright, so question 8. Okay, it says check for divisibility for the following numbers. So we have 648. We have to check for divisibility by, so divisibility by 4. For 648. Now, what is the rule for divisibility by 4? One may ask. What is the rule for divisibility by 4? So we are saying that a number is divisible by 4 if the last 2 digits of the number is a multiple of 4. Okay? And a video has also been made on divisibility test. And do want to check up on it in the playlist so that you understand the topic of divisibility test. Alright? So we're saying a number is divisible by 4 if the last 2 digits of the number are zeros or a multiple of 4. Now, considering 648, the number formed by the last 2 digits is 48. And is 48 a multiple of 4? Yes. Because 12 times 12 is equal to 48. That means 12 is a multiple of 4. Therefore, 48 is a multiple of 4. Alright. So since 48 is a multiple of 4, we can conclude that 248 is divisible by 4. So write it up this way. That since 48 is a multiple of 4, then 648 is divisible by 4. Does that understand it? And the next one, there's the first one. We have 134. I'll check for divisibility by 3. I'll check for divisibility by 3 for 134. Alright, now the rule for divisibility by 3 is that the sum of the digits of the number should be a multiple of 4. That is to say that we are going to add up the digit that's from the number up. If the answer that we get is a multiple of 3, then the number is divisible by 3. Okay. So this will give us 7 plus 3 plus 4. And 7 plus 3 here is 10, plus 3 is 4, so 14. Now, is 14 a multiple of 3? Let's use the multiplication table to see. Now, 3, 1, 3. 3, 2, 6. 3, 3, 9. 3, 4, 12. 3, 5, 15. There was no 14 in there. That means 14 is not a multiple of 3. So we conclude that since 14 is not a multiple of 3, then 734 is not divisible by 3. Do you understand? And then the last one, C. We have 1270. Check for divisibility by 5. All right, to check for divisibility by 5. Now, what is the rule for divisibility by 5? What's the root for divisibility by 5? Okay, Ace, I see your input there. That 1670 is divisible by 5. All right. Coco, I see you there with a yes. Arina, I see you there. Welcome. I see your response there with a yes. And Israel, I see your input there as well with a yes. All right. So, for divisibility by 5, a number is divisible by 5 if the last digit is 0 or 5. Now, if we check this, our number, the last digit here is 0. So, since the last digit is 0, we can put straight away that 1670 is divisible by 5. Then we are done. Does everyone understand it? All right, then let's move on to number 9. So let's move our camera to capture the other side of the board. All right, so let's move on to question 9. Question 9 says, in a particular month, AC saved 262 Ghana cedis, and IFWA saved double of what AC saved. How much did IFWA save? Now over here, the emphasis is on double. We've done doubling. In our first question, we saw how to double numbers. So over here, to find what IFWA saved, we only find the double of AC's amount that he saved. And we saw that AC saved 262 Ghana cedis. So AC, this is question 9. AC saved 262 Ghana cedis. Now to find the amount of money that IFWA saved, we only double this one. So for IFWA, we're going to get 262 times 2. All right. Or we can add them up. Any of them will give us the same answers. So for that addition, for the multiplication, what is 2 times 2? That is 4. Okay. Now 2 times 6 here is 12. So you write 2, remainder 1. Alright. Then what is 2 times 2? The answer is 4. Plus remainder 1 gives us 5. So if we say 524, we're going to use addition to give the same answers. Let's use addition over here. 262 plus 262. Now, 2 plus 2 here is 4. 6 plus 6 is 12. So 2 remainder 1. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus remainder 1, 5. So when you multiply and you add, you get the same answers. So we will conclude that IFWA saved 524 Ghana cedis. Please don't make the mistake of writing 524 Ghana cedis this way. No, this is wrong. Okay? with currency, the unit comes before the amount. All right. Now, to our last question for the day. It says, a teacher bought 8 boxes of pens, and each box contained 47 pens. How many pens did he buy altogether? A teacher bought 8 boxes of pens, and each box contained 47 pens. How many pens did he buy altogether? So, over here, what operation are you going to use? Yes, let's in the comment section. Which operation are you going to use? Let's please use the comment section. Which operation are you going to use? In solving the last question. I know you all have the questions. Alright, so Ace is saying that you use the lattice method. Hi, Frank, you're welcome. But you didn't join the class early at all. Anyways, you are welcome. Alright, Arana is saying you are using the lattice method. Alright, but we didn't understand the question I asked. I said, which operation are you going to add? Are you going to subtract? Are you going to multiply? Or are you going to divide? We'll follow the operation before we know the strategy that we're going to use. Alright? So give us the operation first before we look at the method to use. Alright, so since there were 47 pens in each box and he bought 8 boxes of pens, they are going to use the multiplication operation. Alright, so we're going to multiply each pen or each box by the pens in each box by 8. This is going to give us 47 times 8. That means that there were 47 pens and there were 8 boxes. Alright, so we have 47 times 8. And just as some of you are suggesting, that we should use the lattice method. Here we go for the lattice method. We have 47 times 8. So, please, what will be the answer? So what's 47 times 8? Let's solve it fast, okay? 47 times 8. Yes, waiting for your answers. Please make use of the comment section. Make use of the comment section. No, please, I want the final answer. We'll do it together. But I want you to solve it on your own and give me the final answer before we solve it together. Okay? It's 70 minutes. 1 hour, 10 minutes. Maybe 1 hour, 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so let's solve together. Now, 8 times 7 here, just as what we have written. 8 times 7 is 56. Then 8 times 4 is equal to 32. Okay? Then we add up the diagonals. So in the last diagonal, we have 6. Write our 6 down. Then the next one, we add 5 to 2. What is 5 plus 2? That is 7, right? Write your 7 down here. In the last diagonal, we have 3. So write our 3. So answer is equal to 376. So we will conclude that there were 376 pens in the 8 boxes. Is that do I understand? Alright, so we have come to the end of our discussion for today. Thank you very much for making time with BRAINX TV during our lessons. If you were late, don't worry. The video will be uploaded onto the channel, so you can have access to the discussion right from the beginning. Okay? Please, if you have not subscribed to BRAINX TV, please do go to subscribe to BRAINX TV. So for more simplified ways of solving basic mathematics questions, just as we have just done. And as well, like the videos and share the link of the videos to your friends so you can all enjoy it and we enjoy the ease of mathematics, because mathematics is the easiest subject ever. See you in our next videos. Bye. Yes, so mathematics is the easiest subject ever to be taught in schools. Bye-bye.